You guys really want to talk to me, huh? I'll tell you what I'll do. If you want, just bring in Detroyer, and if he thinks that John Lee doesn't know God exists, I'll just tell him to his face that he's a fucking dumbass with regards to
No, wait. I watched the replay, and he came in not long after you booted me and expressed the same position as me then.
Well, I don't know what happened in that, but
you don't remember?
I don't know what he said. I don't know anything about it. I don't remember it.
Well, you responded directly to it.
I'm sure I did. Look, if you're saying that we talked about it, sure. I don't know what we talked about.
So let's get.
I'd be happy. I'd be happy if he came in here right now. I'll tell him he's a dumbass.
Okay. I mean, try and get him on the stage with me if you can.
Yeah, go ahead. Invite him. Make it happen.
How can I invite? You've got me blocked.
You do know he's getting blocked, right, Tom?
Why would I know that?
Because he's openly admitted it in your rooms.
Oh yeah, he did say that. Yeah.
All right. So just be clear then.
Do you want me to go? How about I'll go in another room. I'll get Detroyer in there. You can go in the audience or get on your sock account or whatever. You can listen in.
Oh, I don't care to
What's that?
I don't care to witness it. But let's just clarify.
I thought that's the whole. That's the whole idea. Is you want to hear us talking?
No, I wanted to hear your opinion. If he's a dumbass or not.
Well, I don't know. I mean, well, if that's my opinion. I'm going to tell you right now. If it's the case that he thinks that John doesn't say that, he doesn't think that John knows that God exists, yeah, he's a dumbass with regards to that.
All right, let's just clarify then. So if it's the case that what I'm saying is true, that in that room, after I left, he came in with the same position as me, he would have been a dumbass, right, by your lights.
With regards to that, I mean, I'm suspecting that what happens is that Detroit came in, and I don't remember, and he made a claim something like, John Lee doesn't claim to, he's made the utterance like, I don't claim to know something. That's true. But he's also said that everyone knows God exists. And if it is the case that John Lee is in the set of everyone, then yeah, John does claim to know that God exists. So it's just a matter of how the wording is.
Well, I think his words were, John makes belief claims, knowledge claims, right?
You made the whole fucking thing up, didn't you?
Yeah, he makes the statement that's incompatible, right, is that everyone knows God exists. It is the case that John makes belief claims. It is the case that John will say, I don't make knowledge claims. It's also the case that John claims that everybody knows God exists.
So,
and if he heard that, he would probably just say, yeah, okay, yeah, and that would be it.
Yeah, so just to clarify then, in the replay, and you can go watch it, the position's the same, such as concerning the knowledge claim, then Detroy's a dumbass by your lights.
Yeah, if he's saying that when John Lee's... Look, bro, I'm just going to answer your question, okay?
Oh,
if it is the case that Detroyer holds the position that John Lee doesn't think that he knows God exists, when it is the case that John Lee says that everyone knows God exists, and John Lee is of the set of everyone, if he then, in conclusion, does not think that John Lee knows God exists, then yeah, he's a dumbass with regards to that.
Now.
Yes, absolutely.
We're not talking now.
Yeah, he is a dumbass if he thinks that now. Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Okay.
He's a dumbass with regards to
that's
that.
Fine.
Yeah.
That's fine. I still find it amusing.
What you think, like, you think you're like gonna catch me like not wanting to like say Detroyer is like a dumbass with regards to him. I've straight up told him. I've just like straight up told him he's like insane on certain things, right? So like I'm not no skin off my back.
Maybe because you've been pulled up on it now, but in the replay that wasn't the case, Mr. Coy.
Well, I don't know what was said exactly. You got a transcript or something.
Maybe you have amnesia. Maybe.
I'm guessing it happened like I thought, and I just said, well, yeah, he said that, but he also said this, which is an entailment, and then he probably said, yeah, okay. That's how I imagine it going down.
Well, the replay's there. You can, if you care to, go over it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and to be clear, John's position on everyone knows God exists, his position is that according to Romans chapter 1, everyone knows God exists. John believes Romans chapter 1. So I wouldn't even say that John is making a knowledge claim that he knows everyone exists, that he knows everyone knows God exists. Here he's saying that Romans chapter 1 is making a claim that everyone knows God exists, and he believes what Romans chapter 1 says.
Oh, that's great if he doesn't actually think that I know that God exists. That's great.
I think that's his position. You could ask him.
That'd be fantastic. Yeah. That'd be the most hilarious interpretation possible. So I hope that's what he thinks.
And I mean, I think what JK is saying here is there's some inconsistency when an atheist has the same position as a Christian, but the atheist wants to say the Christian is wrong or being dishonest or irrational. But then when an atheist who is kind of held in high regard on their side makes similar claims, they kind of sit by in silence and they don't really say anything. And I would agree with him.
It's possible that happens. I'm sure I do it sometimes too. That's It's like human nature. I don't think I'm an egregious offender of it, though. And certainly I'm on record many times as disagreeing with Detroyer. Just the other day, I literally told him he was insane on something. Just like I told Brody the other day, I thought he was insane on something. You think I'm like afraid to tell the atheist that? Give me a fucking break.
That's how it did come across.
Why did it come across that way?
Who was that? JJ? Oh, because only moments before, he was calling me a dumbass for saying the same thing.
Well, yeah, well, I have background information about you that.
And what's that?
That you're a troll.
Wait. What's the justification that I'm a troll?
Well, just multiple accounts and testimonials of people saying that they've heard you admit that, like, you're being a precept troll and you're like.
Well, that's a lie, for one.
Well, it could be a bad justification, but yeah, that's the background information that I have about you.
But that wasn't in your reasoning for me.
Of course it was. Well, I don't know much about you, bro.
Because I asked you for the justification at the time, and that wasn't part of it.
So I didn't voice that, therefore it couldn't have been my justification? Is that
well, I
reasoning?
mean, if it was a reason contributing to why what I said was done.
Which obviously it is.
Which seems to be something
which it is.
Unrelated. Right?
Which it is.
Which seems to be something completely unrelated to what I actually said. I think you're full of shit.
Seems pretty related.
How's it related? How would that you've heard me or heard someone say of me in
Not
the
just
past?
someone, multiple people.
Like who?
JJ, you've heard the same thing, right?
Wait, who actually told you
I even made the same
that I'm a
accusation.
precept? Who told you that I said I was a precept troll?
In fact, I confronted you with this the other day.
Oh, what? When you accused
Jack
me
Angstreich,
of laughing,
for one.
when you accused me of laughing, right? And I told you that
Yes.
I wasn't, and I told you
Yes.
that I wasn't.
Yes.
Right. Now I'm asking Tom, who's told him, right, that I've confessed to them that I'm a precept troll.
Let's see. I think it was Jack told me he was in a room when you said it, or maybe it was.
Well, let's get Jack in.
I'm going to just say on record, I don't remember exactly who it was, but I've heard it multiple times. JJ's
No, so you don't remember who it was. You've heard it multiple times.
I do remember Jack saying that.
No,
JK
so
troll.
No, a lot of people say Jay Styles is a troll, but I don't hear people saying that he's confessed to being a troll.
Yeah, no, the tell is just. Yeah, that's correct. Jack said that he sees you as a troll.
Right.
Yeah, the tell is when he says things like, he goes pretty good with it, but then when he says something like, I don't do Bible studies with atheists.
Yeah, I don't even care.
It's just, yeah, it's like that it's just a goof.
Maybe you're not a troll. Don't care.
For fun.
The perception is you're a troll.
I don't care about
that. Look, I'm JK. I'm open to being wrong about that. It's just look, that's the information that I have.
What I'm investigating is the claim that I've actually told someone that I'm a precept troll.
Well, go ahead with that.
Yeah, go ahead and conduct it. I mean, look, I'm not saying that it's like a fact. I'm openly saying that it's a provisional belief. I'm openly saying that I didn't hear it firsthand, but I have heard it from multiple people that claim that they were there when you said it. So I give you some.
I'm wondering who these people are. Do you have? Because we're trying to get.
And maybe whoever they are, which I can't remember. Maybe Jack was one. I don't know. Doesn't matter.
Yeah, I mean, I told you, Rody seems to recall something very
that.
similar, so it's not like I'm just making this up. I mean,
yeah, I think Venus said you're a troll too.
Well,
maybe.
Venus, he said to me, he accused me of being a troll, but I've never told Venus that I'm a troll.
Yeah.
So you say.
You said something about hearing it from someone that you're a troll, but I don't remember the details.
Oh, it's funny how people are hearing things but can't come up with any names.
Well, I gave you a name, fucking Venus. Ask him.
Well, you got two names, right?
Right, Venus said to you that I confessed to being a troll?
No.
Jack, you got.
Right, well, this is the claim we're investigating, right? That I've confessed to someone, or multiple people apparently, that I'm a precept troll. Now I'm trying to figure out who these people are, but no one has any names.
We gave you two names. Yeah, we gave you two names.
Right, so I confessed to these people.
Venus and Jack.
I mean,
Right, so
that's why those names were given, because you asked.
Right.
Wait, one second.
Names of people who said that you confessed. Yes, those are the names.
Right, so Jack said that I've confessed to being a troll to him. Get him in here.
Yes.
No. Jack also said that he heard that, and Venus said that he heard that.
Well, I'm trying to find out who
I understand, JK. One second. So what I'm trying to say is that I understand what you're saying. That you want the origin person that's.
No, apparently it's multiple people, Rody. Apparently there was multiple.
Yes, apparently.
Yeah, it could have been multiple people.
But who's this mysterious group of people?
Yeah.
Well, it's not mysterious. I mean, if we just presumably ask the two people, then we can just ask them, right?
Yeah, well, let's get Jack.
The problem, one second. So the problem here is that you want the other people that Jack and Venus heard from, right, that you were a troll. Now,
yeah,
I don't think anyone here have this information. But
Wait, are you guys claiming that Jack and Venus witnessed him say he was a troll, or just that they heard he was a troll?
stated.
Like, it could have been that, but I'm not really sure on the specifics. But that's just like my source. So whatever.
He's not really sure, but he classes it as justification.
Oh, I think Jack actually stated that the person that said that he witnessed you being saying that you are a troll.
Sorry?
Yeah.
Jack
named someone that's saying.
Heard you say.
Yeah. But
heard you confess.
That's not here nor there because Jack and Venus are not here, and we don't have the information of where they came up with the idea. But it still doesn't preclude of Tom having the justification that you are a troll.
Yeah, and I'm perfectly willing to say on record that it could be an invalid justification. It could be wrong. I have a provisional belief, and I'm perfectly open to that. And if it is completely false, then I could completely accept that.
Yeah, well, so far we can't identify who these people are, and I'm going to tell you why.
So far, that's right.
Because they don't fucking exist. Right.
Well, that doesn't follow.
No, because no one's heard me say that I'm a troll, a presuppositional. This is a figment of whoever's imagination came up with it.
So you say.
Well,
maybe yes, maybe no.
Maybe they misinterpreted something you said.
Maybe I misinterpreted what other people said. Who cares?
Yeah, maybe. I'd like to know who these people are, though, and so we can get to the bottom of it.
Is my mishearing justification for holding the belief?
Sorry?
Is my mishearing justification for holding the belief?
How do you justify any belief you have?
I don't know. I'm asking you a question, though.
Mic drop.
Is the answer yes, or is it no?
I don't see why that's relevant to ask me.
Anyways, since you have stated that you're interested in, getting to the bottom of it, we've given you two names which you can use to pursue your investigation.
Well, Venus, I'll be having a word with anyway, because...
Well, just to be clear, I didn't name Venus. I said I thought that Jack said something about it, and two people corroborated that.
Mr. Angstreich about it.
So you can go, go ahead.
Yeah, it's relevant because you asked what the justification was. Justification was given. You're being asked, is that justification? That's why it's relevant, right?
I don't really care if it's justification, right? But what I'm saying
then why the fuck did you ask what the justification was?
Yeah, it seems silly to me.
What?
It seems silly to me that based on hearsay...
What seems silly?
That based on hearsay, which apparently we can't even identify who these people apparently are, that someone would then be justified in believing that I'm a troll.
What's silly about that?
According to my concept of justification, it's silly.
Why?
Okay.
Because it is.
There you go.
Nice.
Fair enough.
I mean, what more do you want me to say, JJ?
No, I'm done. That's good.
I think that seems good.
I mean, if we're going to justify our beliefs based on complete fiction, because that's what it is, right? And all this hearsay where you can't even name these people, but you've heard from someone else that I may have said something. Is that pretty weak justification in your eyes?
Well, it depends on who says it, right? And if Jack says that someone said something or he heard someone say something, I would take that more than just some random person. I don't know. That holds some weight.
Jack is just some random person.
He's not to me though, and that's who it's relevant to, right? So the weight of somebody saying something or saying they heard something is going to be relative to my background information about that person. But Jack, I
understand that you take everything that Jack Angstreich says as gospel. I understand that.
That's absolutely false.
Yeah, sure it is.
Oh yeah, what do I take that Jack Angstreich says is gospel, JK?
Oh, I think you know exactly what I mean.
Well,
just the part where you just immediately gas.
Gas about what? Dude, your justification, in fact, the other day that I was saying something stupid, it's because you didn't believe me. How does that follow? Do you remember that?
Vaguely.
Okay. So you're a retard, right? You're just a retard.
What does this have to do with taking something Jack Angstreich says is gospel? What? Remember that one time, Tom?
No, he's an Angstreich arse slicker.
What?
That's definitely not true, dude.
Of course you are.
Wait, yeah, why?
Of course you are.
Well, he gave the reason earlier.
What's the reason, Matt?
Oh, wait a second. Never mind. That was Detroyer. My bad.
Okay.
That's right. He didn't give the reason.
I'm definitely not a Detroyer ass slicker, dude.
Well, it's not enough to know the guy. It's also the case that you need to take him to be an honest person or someone who say what they want to say. And it seems like Tom takes Jack to be an honest person about those things. He wouldn't lie to him.
Yeah, I mean, with regards to something like that, I would just provisionally accept that what he says is true. I mean,
yeah, I don't see that to be too controversial. Whether or not Tom is Jack ass licker or not, I don't think that's really relevant.
Well, who cares what you think, Wordy?
Well, that's just like a weird aggression that I don't understand right now.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to hear Rody say ass liquor.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean, like, just how am I a Jack ass liquor, though? I don't understand.
I mean, you really need to ask.
Yeah. I would like
Haven't
to
you been like one of his groupies for years?
No.
What?
No?
Jack
What'd
groupie,
you say?
no.
Yeah, but isn't it that Jack goes to Tom's rooms? And not the other way
Doesn't that
around?
mean he's like one of my groupies?
Yeah, I think that is how it's up.
It would seem that would be the obvious, take from that.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know why Heidi's chiming in when she basically screams for Jack's coming back her up in arguments.
Yeah, he's better at debating than me, obviously.
I heard ass liquor.
Don't y'all call him daddy? Say daddy home with
And I mean, Daniel can laugh, but we've seen his snakery, such as when me and Arianis were reviewing a debate between Arianis and Jack, and Daniel was mocking the fuck out of him. Which I'm sure he probably didn't see to his face.
Good.
Right.
Is this Festivus? He's just got a lot of grievances.
What is he even talking about now?
Did you want me to repeat it?
Please.
Yeah. So Daniel was reviewing a debate with me and Arianis and Jack, where he completely mopped the floor with Mr. Angstreich. Daniel was pausing it, like he does with his when he reviews debates, laughing at how stupid Jack was being. Now, I wonder if you told Jack that.
Well, I mean,
I wonder.
I wouldn't be surprised if if he was completely just shit stirring, because he just did the same exact thing the other night.
Oh, we were genuinely having a good old laugh. We were genuinely
No,
having a good old laugh.
I did think it was funny.
Yeah, that's fun. I mean, that's completely. I wouldn't put it past you either way.
Yeah, I wonder.
So what?
Would it be fair to say that
I'm
y'all
sorry, Jack.
put Jack on a pedestal in your rooms as kind of the top-notch debater?
Of course they do. They
Is he in my rooms? Is Jack like one of the better debaters? Yeah, of course. And
I mean, repeatedly screaming for the argument for premise one, and then saying that you don't know what anything means all the time is one of the best debaters.
I just a bit more than that.
Have y'all? I had asked for a debate that Jack was in where he defended a position, and I was hoping someone would back channel me. Does anyone have that yet?
defended any position?
Yeah, like a moderated debate.
A moderated debate? I couldn't tell you one debate,
like on
one moderated debate,
modern day
Jack was in.
debates or a YouTube debate, in which
He doesn't really do moderated
there
debates.
was opening statements, rebuttals, and things like that.
He doesn't do moderated debates that I know of.
Well, he has done a few.
He's done a few moderated debates, Tom. He did one on the labor theory of value, but it turned into a dumpster fire.
That's the one I was thinking of.
With Destiny?
Oh yeah, that's right.
Oh, there's
Well,
It was with
that's a
It was Academic Agent, right?
yeah,
That's
Yeah,
the
that's what it was. Yeah, Tom got it.
Yeah. So, well, I mean, is that what you're looking for? I mean, I assume he was defending that the labor theory of value is like legit, right? Is that what you're asking for, Matt?
I thought maybe he had kind of a expansive volume of debates that he'd been in the past. I was just curious.
Well, he's been in many debates, but you wanted specifically moderated, like formal.
Well,
debates,
I mean,
right?
like not a.
What do you want? What are you asking for, Matt? Just
not like a
tell me exactly.
prosecutor. Not like a prosecutor questioning a witness on the stand
Well, why
on
don't you
the opposing side.
do a YouTube search?
That's not a debate.
No, if you're asking for where there's like opening statements and rebuttal time, that not like just cross talking, then no, there's not. Jack does not do those.
But there's also been where Jack was being questioned.
Okay.
Where some other prosecutor was asking Jack the questions.
Yeah, just look on YouTube.
That's happened.
There's been lots of debates with a moderator though, just not formal format.
Right. That's true also.
Right, so just to cut in, because I want to get these degenerates out of this room. Tom, I'll be speaking to Jack. I'll be asking him who told
Are you taking your belt off right now, too?
Do you mind? I'll be asking him who told him that I confessed to being a pre-sub troll. Thank you for the information. And you're dismissed.
Well, I actually have a grievance with Tom, but I don't want it to be like a fight or anything. I think it would be actually something we
Yeah,
can
go
work
ahead.
for.
Go ahead.
Would you
Yeah,
like
I
to
was.
express it?
Look, I really stayed out of your way on this app. I never speak against you. I let you run your rooms however you want. I even like go out of my way to close my rooms by a certain time of day, so it's to not step on your toes, which I've said before, to for you to open up your room or whatever. And I openly have stated that I refrain. I seldom even talk in your rooms, and even more rarely than that do I white knight for a Christian. Maybe like once a week I've made one comment, and I often feel compelled out of boredom or whatever to like stir the pot and like white knight for a Christian. Like all you guys do all day is like talk to the same Christians all day, but that's fine if that's what you want to do. It just seems boring to me. And so I refrain from like jumping in for them, right? Maybe a handful of times I've done it in months. Like it happens less than once a month, I would say on average.
That's true.
And under the threat of block, on 2 different occasions, I told James is tired that I was trolling him, which isn't even true, really. I was just like exaggerating how good he was doing to encourage him. I don't do what I do to control him. But under the threat of you blocking me and kicking me from the room, I lied to James is tired and told him I was trolling him. And then there was another thing under the threat of block I had to do. I could recall it if I really thought, but I can't think off the top of my head right now. So the grievance I have right now is I was upset when I listened to the replay after you kicked Jay Styles of you saying you might just block Godless anyway. Like, did you really mean that? Like, did you really mean that?
At the time, I probably was considering it, but you know what? It brought to my attention that, you actually do, I think, try to suppress things. And it's probably mostly for my sake and the other, well, I don't think it's just my sake, but I think a lot of it is just to try and address certain feelings. People have made it clear that, like I'm not the only one, but I think that you've gone out of your way to probably try and be considerate about this thing, and I recognize that, Godless, and I thank you for that. And the whole thing about the room, that's nice and everything, but to be honest, I don't care about that. You can make a room anytime you want. I don't know if you noticed, but
no, but I'm asking you, did you? So you're not really considering blocking me, right? You just said that like in a stupid moment or something.
At the moment, I think that I was considering it.
What for? What horrible crime would you block me for?
I mean, just like the whole. I don't really even remember, so I'm hesitant to really say exactly what's going through my mind. But, just like general post stuff, I guess.
Okay, whatever. We'll try to put it behind us. I don't want to fight with you.
Yeah, me.
Well, one more thing. If you did block me, I would block you back and like try to raise hell, right? Just so you know. But yeah, let's.
Well, you already blocked me back, and I was just perfectly content to deal with the consequences. I don't mind. I mean, like.
Well, look, I think part of the motive for unblocking me was because it was inconvenience for you to not be able to speak in stages and rooms when I was like running rooms.
No. That was.
You're saying it wasn't inconvenient? Are you saying it's not inconvenient for you? I started creating rooms and everybody was in my room and Tom was not able to talk on stage because everyone was in my room and you were blocked.
Yeah, I'm saying, like, look.
Are you claiming that was not inconvenient for you?
Look, I'm going to explain it to you, right, Godless? There's definitely going to be some occasion where, like, I would like to go in there. But the main motivator is just a change in your attitude. Really, that's it.
Okay, no, I was just saying I think a factor was that it was inconvenient.
Yeah, I'm sure it's a factor, but I definitely am going to just like be straight up. I'm going to be honest with you. It's not any kind of compelling factor. It's not a majority factor.
Okay, no, that's fine. I know I'm reformed. I'm definitely very, very different than I used to be, right?
So far, absolutely.
Okay. I love you, by the way, Tom.
I like you when you're not crazy.
Okay, we can move on.
It's weird. I feel like Godless is having like a vicarious conversation with Tom that I should be having with him. It's kind of weird. I'm going to head out though.
Godless, are you done with this vermin? I'm going to remove him.
Just say.
Look at how much people love drama. Look at how full the room is.
For real? What the fuck?
What drama's going on? I missed it.
JK, can I ask you a question?
Sure, go ahead.
So I keep getting all these comments that you're not a Christian, you're a Christian, you're pretending to be a Christian. I'm going to take you at your word that you have made a true commitment of faith, so I won't be questioning that. I will say that if for some odd reason something were to happen, I were to find out that you were like being a Poe and being dishonest, I would have to permanently block you on all social media.
Yeah.
James, so I don't know, he could be a troll, I don't know, but I will say this to vouch for him. JT in the audience here, he's a Christian, and I came in and out of the room, I witnessed JK talk to JT about the Bible for over an hour in a small social room. So if he is trolling and he's not really a Christian, he's like trolling himself.
Yeah, I just want to say as well, I've been a Christian not for very long, probably around a month or so. It's understandable, maybe, that some people may think I'm insincere. I'm willing to say that, just because, it's been very recent. But to spread rumours and lies, which I think Jack's been doing, I I'm not going to tolerate that. But
JK, I'm not going to smear you. I'm not going to, because if you're a Christian, I'm taking you at your word. I'm incredibly happy that you've found Jesus Christ. I think that it's a great thing. The Christians, when I became a Christian, Matt Adams, other guys, they took me in without any super suspicion or anything. They extended me the right hand of fellowship. So I'm doing that to you. I'm just letting you know that it would be very, very sad to find out that this was just a big troll.
Yeah, of course. Hey, JK. Yeah, I want to clarify now, just so we can put a silly rumor to rest, that I am Christian. I'm sincere. And I don't care if any of you guys believe me or not, because God's the judge. Right?
JK, what convinced you that Jesus is Lord and Savior?
I had a personal experience.
Do you mind sharing it, or do you not want to go into
it?
Well,
I've shared it probably about 20 plus times. So, but I can go into it.
I just want to tell, everybody's listening, I just want to say, if you don't believe me, that's fine. It's premiering on my channel tomorrow, and you can see it for yourself. This straightforward happened. Matt was having a conversation with Detroyer, and on the spot, from listening to what Detroyer was saying, he came up with a valid syllogism that the conclusion of which was, from Detroyer's position, logic doesn't exist. And he came up with that on the spot, and Detroyer conceded that was his position. The concepts don't exist and logic doesn't exist.
That logic doesn't exist?
Yeah.
Well, that's a thing of the first degree.
You can see it on my channel tomorrow.
I wish Detroyer was here. I'm interested in watching that.
Well, actually, you know what? It's scheduled on my channel, so Detroyer actually already left a comment on the video, even though it hasn't been shown yet. I can read you the comment.
It's a yeah.
Wait, why is it? What do you mean by that?
The comment from Detroyer is, it's funny because this video consists of me repeatedly explaining my view to him and him persistently failing to understand it. Somehow that's a concession and worthy of a video. Garbage content. So Detroyer is obviously upset that this is premiering on my channel.
So you disagree with Detroyer's assessment? I take it.
Look, I don't want to give my assessment. All I'm saying is, objectively, what I just told you happens in the video happens, where he concedes from that syllogism that logic and concepts don't exist.
Yeah, I gave two premises and a conclusion, and he agreed. And it's pretty clear. And I don't know how you deny that.
Hey, but I heard Jack berated you over this. What was Josh's reaction? Probably.
Oh, Josh, I think Josh and I talked about it today. He hasn't seen the video, but I told him Matt's getting better. We were going for a walk outside, and I told him Matt's getting better, and he gave a valid argument, syllogism, where the conclusion was logic doesn't exist. And Josh said something like, well, he probably just thinks logic doesn't have an ontology or something, but he still thinks it's a concept. And I said, no, that's what Matt's argument was that it's not even a concept. And Josh was confused. He's like, well, I don't know what Detroyer means by it not being a concept. So he doesn't know what the fuck to think. But he can see the video tomorrow when it premieres on my channel.
Detroyer's view is that the laws of logic are not concepts.
Yeah,
well, actually, what are they?
You were confused when Detroyer
My first premise was,
sorry, I was saying what I thought I heard. I wasn't.
Concepts don't exist. Premise 2, laws of logic are concepts. Something like that. Conclusion, laws of logic don't exist. And Detroyer said, yeah, his exact words after that is, yeah, that's fine. And so I don't know how that seems to be pretty clear that he's confessing.
Matt, when do you want me to buy your Dior?
What's that?
When do you want your Dior, Matt, for this ponage?
I don't even know what that means.
The perfume?
Yeah, Dior.
Buy me something better. I don't wear perfume. I don't bathe.
How do you know
that? I
that?
don't really need perfume.
How do you know that, Matt?
Because I can smell it.
Sounds like you're grasping at the material world there in order to argue for your senses in the material world.
True.